So basically, one thing I like to do is self-study, and basically in this video, we're going to be self-studying Biology Campbell, um, 10th edition. Um, and so I'm just going to read through the passages, look up definitions, look up articles that break down the book more, and also I'm going to make correlations between other things that I may know about or may have heard about. Now, I can't say that my information is 150% accurate. It's something that you should go back and double check me on. But I will say that I'll do my best to be as accurate as possible. So let's get started. This is chapter 1, evolution, the themes of biology and scientific inquiry. So it says, the dandelions shown in figure 1.1 send their seeds aloft for dispersal. A seed is an embryo surrounded by a store of food and a protective coat. So it says surrounded by a store of food. So basically you have the embryo, which is like the part that becomes the actual flower, surrounded by a store of food. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking something like vitamins and minerals and things like that. That the internal piece eats, and that becomes that starts to grow up within that seed, and then it pushes out into an external environment, and that's what the protective coat is, to protect the external from the internal. The internal um, would be to allow the food to not touch something that's contaminated, such as the dirt that surrounds it, whereas the external will protect it from things like grubs or worms that could like potentially harm the embryo that's in the center. Okay, the dandelion seeds shown at the lower left are borne on the wind by parachute-like structures made from modified flower parts. So you see here the parachute-like structures and the seed here at the bottom. Now, the parachutes harness the wind, which carries such seeds to new locations where conditions may favor sprouting and growth. This reminds me of the Bible passage about how seeds are planted inside of people. Now, the seed will be the like knowledge, and then knowledge will eat at wisdom, or which would be like information that your previous or your ancestors had. And the protective coat, like they said, the armor of God will be like God's help or guidance with you. And then those seeds which have knowledge, wisdom, and God are planted in different locations. And those different locations, like new locations where conditions may favor sprouting and growth, those locations could be like a stone or dry ground or fertile ground. And those seeds can grow and become something more than what they are now, become the flowers that they were intended to be. In this case, dandelions. Dandelions are very successful plants found in temperature regions worldwide. An organism's adaptation to its environment, such as dandelion seeds parachute, are the result of evolution. Now, I have a growing concept of evolution, because it says evolution is the process of change that has transformed life on Earth from the earliest beginnings to the diversity of organisms living today. So, the first question I have to ask myself is, why does evolution exist? Because when you think about evolution at its base form, it is often talked about without the concept of God in it at all whatsoever. At least from the perspective that I was taught. However, when you can take it into consideration, it's like saying that evolution is the process that God uses to trial and error certain things until it becomes perfect in its form. But that's just a working theory. Um, Because evolution is the fundamental organizing principle of biology, it is the core theme of this book. So my hypothesis is that God created evolution so that dandelion will always fall on something that's fertile for it. Even if that dandelion seed is different from that forget me not or that rose seed, it still has the possibility of becoming a flower because God made sure that it had an environment that it can grow on. And that's evolution, in my opinion, but that's just a hypothesis.